Hi guys, Christine here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please make sure to like and subscribe if you're into this kind of content. So this is part of my series that I've been doing on my channel where I compare two perfumes that I find to be similar to each other. Okay, so in this episode, I forget, I think it's video number 6 or 5 possibly. I've been doing quite a bit of these, so make sure to subscribe if you're into this kind of content. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a comparison between, this is a re-release of MFK's Le Beau Parfum, EDP, and of Kilian's Good Girl Gone Bad. I've never owned a full bottle of Good Girl Gone Bad because I've had so many samples of this stuff over the years that I just never needed to buy a full bottle because I've had multiple samples of this. I think this is like my 10th sample of this, and I have a few more of this stuff. I do really enjoy this perfume. I've had so much samples that I just never got around to getting it. But anyways, I'm very familiar with the Good Girl Gone Bad, and this is a fairly newer purchase of mine. It's a re-release of the 2015 MFK's Le Beau Parfum, but this is the 2025 version of it. So, all right, so let's go over it. I know that what's funny to me is that I've always liked the Good Girl Gone Bad DNA, kind of the whole smell and how it makes you feel. This was a blind buy for me. If you've watched my short, Le Beau Parfum was not available at any of the stores near me, so I had to just blind buy it off of the MFK website. And when I did purchase it, when I smelled it for the first time, I said, wow, it smells so good. But then I was just like, kind of stuck on, well, what does it smell like? It smells really familiar to me, you know? It just smelled really, really, really familiar to me. It definitely, like, between the two, it was not exactly similar. That's not like a one for one, but it had that same kind of, like, they could be cousins or like sisters or something. Like, more, I think they're more sisters than cousins, if that makes sense. They really reminded me of each other, okay? So let me just spray some on my hands. I don't have anything on my hands, just to kind of go over what so kind of describe it. So let me just spray some on my hand. Okay. Yeah, this is really pretty. And this is really pretty too. When I first smelled it, I said, wow, what a beautiful floral, perfume, you know? It's just a nice floral perfume. They're not exactly like 100% similar, but they're like similar enough where you can't help but notice it. I know that they both have, like, I'm not going to do a full note breakdown, but I do know that both of them have orange blossom, tuberose, and jasmine in them. So, you know, once I realized that, hey, these two smell similar, I wanted to kind of go over the notes. And I did notice that they have similar notes, right? The only difference is, like, this is more tuberose-y. The Le Beau Parfum has a lot more prominent tuberose in there than Good Girl Gone Bad. Good Girl Gone Bad is more like the fruitier of them, if that makes sense. Good Girl Gone Bad is definitely more fruity between the two. I know that this is marketed as a unisex, but to be quite honest with you, like, I feel like they're both pretty feminine perfumes. Le Beau might be slightly more unisex between the two, only because it's not as fruitier. Good Girl Gone Bad has more like fruity sweetness to it, making it more feminine. And also, Le Beau Parfum is like, between the two, it smells more like powdery between the two, right? So think of Le Beau Parfum being the less fruity, more powdery version of Good Girl Gone Bad. And Good Girl Gone Bad is kind of like the more fruity, sweet, less tuberose version of La Beau Parfum. It's like they're sisters. You know what I mean? It's very similar. In the air, I get similarities as well. I know that Good Girl Gone Bad came out around 2012 and was super, super, super popular. And the La Beau Parfum came out around 2015. So I feel like maybe MFK was sort of kind of influenced by that popular smell. I'm not really sure. All I'm saying is that I couldn't help but notice that they smell really similar to each other. Now, in terms of, so if you're into that kind of smell, if you've been wondering what this smells like, I just described it to you. And I can also get into do like a full review breakdown, which I probably will, like an individual review, like a proper individual review. Also, this is like at retail, Good Girl Gone Bad is more affordable of the two. This is like 300 something. Good Girl Gone Bad at retail, I think it's like 200 something now. And I know it's much more accessible. You can find it at like retailers and stuff. You can find it at like discount retailers. So it's definitely much more accessible than La Beau Parfum, which I only found on the MFK website, to be honest with you. So that's another thing to look at, like what's more accessible. You're definitely going to find this more accessible and more affordable than La Beau Parfum, which is more, exclusive of the two. But definitely very similar kind of scent profiles. The dry down of La Beau Parfum is definitely like, it's more of a white floral balm. Has like solar vibes to it as well, like a warm solar kind of quality, versus Good Girl Gone Bad is more, I get more greenness from there and also more fruitiness from it, if that makes sense. This review is kind of just to help people out if they've been wondering what one smells like versus the other, or just to help people out if they're looking to know what La Beau Parfum smells like. If you are a guy watching this, then of the two, what would I recommend? I would recommend La Beau Parfum because it's slightly more unisex leaning. I think this is more feminine, to be honest with you. I just see this more on a female, but I think that La Beau Parfum is slightly more unisex leaning, although I do find it to be a feminine smelling fragrance. All in all, they're both beautiful perfumes. So anyways, make sure to subscribe if you're into this kind of content. See you guys later. Bye.